Taurus. Welcome to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. If it's your first time being here, I appreciate you checking it out. And of course, if you're a returning listener, thank you very much for being back. I've got new goodies for our reading today. I've got the Golden Botticelli deck. It's literally beautiful. And I have the Starseed Oracle. So let's get started. We're checking in for the Pisces full moon, which I believe is literally happening tonight, depending on your locations. And it's a big one. It can be very emotional and sensitive for some people. What's up, Leo? Earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Sorry, where's my camera? Over here. There we go. Beautiful. I have not pulled that card yet, so let's check out the book and see what it has to say for this particular reading. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Okay. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean towards transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are far more comfortable praying and hanging out in the stars than on earth. Those who tend towards immanence have attached themselves more to earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in this physical world rather than connecting with the heavens or their own mystical inner worlds. Being a fully embodied soul, having a human experience, means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence, being in the world but not of it. Most star seeds are drawn towards transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on earth, and you're being called to focus more on your energies in the physical world, to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on earth has to offer you. Do you tend to long for the stars or be more in the physical? How can you find greater balance between the two? Interesting. So, you could be definitely at this time, Leo, sensing and feeling your connection to higher realms, spiritual beings, energies, you name it. Especially with the Pisces full moon. Pisces is a very spiritual, fluid time sign. And it's one of those things that it can really open you up to some things. So you might be feeling very sensitive right now to those energies, and you're like really longing for it, but it is part of our mission here in a human body on earth to experience life in this realm, to work on this earth, to make it a better place, because that is the whole reason why we came here, and that's part of our mission, right? So that's something. It's like you go through phases where you feel like that, you know? It's like, you know, we're here, we're meant to do this stuff, but you definitely can go through phases where, you know, you long for something much higher and greater than what we have here on earth, and you just feel like there's a higher purpose for yourself, and you have to kind of bring yourself back down to earth. And we have this Knight of Cups coming out to initiate this message, and it chose the word initiate, so you are being initiated. Ooh, through cups, through something sweet, through something, for some of you guys it said romantic. For some of you guys, it's about something that's emotionally fulfilling. There's news or an invitation, and it's not just news, it's something that's like, you know, like a report, something you've been waiting on, something fulfilling and nice and sweet. I don't really feel like it's just a date. This doesn't feel like that type of Knight of Cups in your reading today. This feels like some other kind of awesomely sweet opportunity. Oh, okay, it's giving me a song. It's saying, why can't we be friends? 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 I think it's more of this energy of, kind of like I was just saying, like having this human experience, feeling like people don't get along. It's not just about some person asking you, can we be friends? This is about like the world at large. Like, why can't we all be friends, right? There's some kind of calling there. That's what this Knight of Cups represents. And that could just be a feeling that you have about everything right now. Eight of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Sorry if that creeps someone out. I popped my knuckle. Some of you, this is like a trip to a museum. It could be a date for some of you guys. It could be a date for some of you guys. I don't know. The more I kind of sit with it, that's where it's like maybe you didn't view this person as that, or you didn't view this as a date at first. You thought it was something else. I think you're happy about it with this Eight of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. It's just like, for some of you guys, it said surprise visit, surprise invitation. You didn't know this person was maybe gonna be there, but they communicate to you. They communicate to you. You're very confused about this, it feels like. Okay, it just said head in the clouds. Like, I think you've been sitting with your head in the clouds for a while, and maybe you haven't been getting any answers about whatever you've been spiritually working on at this time. You're not feeling that connection. So then it's like you came back down to earth, and you're kind of feeling a little bummed about it. Then this offer comes through. It's like an invitation to an event or something like that. And it's definitely communicated to you, and it makes you happy with this Eight of Wands, because we got this Cupid here. Like, you're, yes, feeling great about it. And then that's where I feel like if this isn't like a home or house thing, then it's more of like a museum. That's what it's feeling like at this time. It feels like you get to go somewhere and do something, really appreciate it. You got this 10 of Pentacles, like luxury, right? It's a special day, a special treat, a special visit, a special place. Ooh, it just gave me a song for you, Leo, and it's from that band Keen, and it's called Somewhere Only We Know. It's a really sweet song. I've got the playlist here on the channel, so go check out the lyrics. That's what I mean. There's a very sweet energy here. For some of you guys, it's a date. For some of you guys, it's something else, but similar feelings of like being really happy and surprised by certain events. Hey, we like that. That's why I said that's why it's important to be in the real world, because sometimes there's important things happening in the real world too, you know? It's not just all about what's happening in the higher realms. Like, there's important things happening on the earth plane too. Yeah, that's exactly what that message is. There's important things happening on the earth plane too. It's not just happening above in the stars. It's happening on the earth plane too. So pay attention to those things. There's an important message or offer coming through, and it's going to make you feel very happy, I feel like. Death card. Something comes to an end that cleared the way for this. Something has come to an end that clears the way for this. These cut branches right here and this cut tree, those sync up. So this feels more like an underlying past energy. There's an underlying past energy. Honestly, it almost feels like this knight could have been this figure. So there's a bit of an implication of like a resurrection energy. So this could have been an opportunity that you had to put to rest for whatever reason, and it gets revived in a sense and comes back, and you get news of it, get word of it, and you get to go finally do this, get to go to this place. That's all this death card's giving me at this time. It was like there was a major change and transformation, a resurrection in a sense, And this opportunity or this person or this offer, whatever it is, comes back and returns. It's saying you can symbolically and spiritually look at it like that, like a resurrection, but in the real world, it's just like timing just came back around or something like that, right? Things cleared out of the way that allowed this to happen for you. It's kind of mentioning the pandemic a little bit, like, you know, everyone had to cancel plans a lot for stuff like that. So there's a little bit of that here too. For some of you guys, it could have been just canceled plans and it finally gets to come through. And it's an important thing that finally gets to happen on the earth plane, and you're supposed to pay attention to it because it's just not all about astrology and everything all the time. Let's get 2 more cards to finish off this reading. With this 4 of Swords and this person pointing up and then this Cupid arrow pointing down. It said, thank you. Like, it was like it catches the arrow, it catches the message. That's what I mean. It's like, you've been waiting on that. You literally been like chilling, kind of like put it to rest, just been waiting to see if this news was going to come down, it was going to trickle down, if it was going to come back around, this communication was going to come through. I think you even thought it just kind of died off altogether. Like you weren't going to get to go do whatever this is. You weren't going to get to have this happen. And that's where you have been like very much going into more meditation and spiritual practices, trying to communicate and figure out like, yo, is this going to come through? Is this going to happen? Am I going to get to do this? And I think it finally comes through and you like get the message. You're like, thank you. Okay, cool. And then here we go. Two of Wands. Yeah, it was kind of showing me the way that this figure almost looks like she's walking on like a tightrope, but there is no tightrope, it's just the ground. And that's where it showed me this line, the straight line of 10 Pentacles. And it's like she's been literally practicing of how to walk down this path, like in your spirit, in your mind. You've been like going over this stuff repeatedly, trying to figure out how exactly to get this to happen and work. And I think that for a long time it wasn't really happening, it wasn't taking place. Again, it could have just been like pandemic stuff, like everything was on hold and it just is finally coming back around and it's time you finally get to go. With the Two of Wands, there can definitely be this kind of like longing and sadness with it. And that's what I mean. It's like you've literally been working on like manifesting and practicing your steps to get to this point. And I think it finally gets to come through. And that's why it's telling you so much to like pay attention to the real world and the real world stuff. Because if you're always looking for a sign in the spiritual sense, even though you do get it sometimes and it is what you need to receive, and like when it clicks, but at the same time, like there's stuff happening in the real world that you've been waiting on, practicing for, manifesting, doing affirmations, like whatever you've been working on. And I think it's time to like actually, it just said follow the yellow brick road. Yeah, it's like actually time to start walking down the yellow brick road. That's cool. In the process of you doing this, you elevate yourself up to this level. It's like by grounding yourself and kind of waiting and going through all of this, that helped resurrect this. That helped bring this energy back around. That is what helps to get you to this point. And it does take you to a higher plane, higher timeline, higher vibration. And it was all worth being grounded for, right? It's on the bottom of the deck. What's the final note on this for you, Leo? It's 4 of Cups. Sorry if you just heard my child brushing his teeth in the bathroom. We just got new floors and like my whole house echoes. 4 of Cups, 4 of Cups. There's been a lot of like, you haven't been totally satisfied and happy, and sorry, I'm like just like literally listening to my kid in the background. This can be a very bored energy sometimes, just kind of like, meh. I think bored is the word it's been giving me here. I think that's what I mean. It's like you've been bored. And look, if you're a spiritual person, a starseed, and you get bored, one of the first things we try to do is start like really working on our spiritual practices, and we try to like, you know, meditate, astral project, and like do all this stuff. And sometimes it's just important for you to be like down to earth. Like just down to earth. That's what a lot of it needs sometimes. You need that energy. And that's what I see here in these cards. These energies being down to earth so that it can help it elevate. And I believe this date or opportunity or event that maybe has been put off for a while gets resurrected and gets to come through. Something you've been waiting on, practicing for, and it's time for you to go follow the yellow brick road. Ooh, that's where it goes. Okay, it was just saying how this Four of Cups, in a sense, is like Dorothy, right? Like she's chilling on that farm in Kansas for a while, and she's like bored, and then she gets to go over the rainbow type deal. Like, you can't get over the rainbow until some of that other stuff happens. So while you might be bored right now on this earth plane, there's important stuff happening on the earth plane. You might get to venture over to that other side, to that happier place that you've been trying to get to for a while now. And that's what I got for you, Leo. So follow that yellow brick road. I'll see you guys on the next reading. Thank you so much. Happy full moon.